All right, what a blue YouTube. This is part one of Story Time with D-Dad. Story Time with D-Dad. All right, look. And today we're going to get into a story time about the first time I was almost dragged. Technically, I was dragged into it. I was dragged into it, right? But I didn't do it. I didn't do it because, like, bro, like, I don't know. But this is a story time when I was almost dragged into a train. A little choo-choo. Hey, man, and I'm not cool with none of the people I did, like, that whole situation was happening with. I'm not cool with them no more because they were all bad influences and bad energies around. Like that, it was just all bad energy. I was like, hell no, this is not my type of people at all. Like I don't really know what my type of people are because I'm I'm usually to myself. Like I kid you not, I'm usually to myself if I'm not at work. Kid you not. But like I said, part one of story time with D-Dads. The time I almost had did a choo choo, you know what I'm saying? So boom bam skilly then. Let's get right into it. Alright, so boom, right? We ain't gonna use real names in this. We're gonna leave the names out. We're gonna leave the names out because we just gonna leave the names out. But look, alright, so boom. I remember I spent the night at somebody else. Right now we're just gonna call it cuz XQZ or we're just gonna be using different names through the whole thing. I'll probably use just we're gonna call cuz Q. So boom, I'm sitting that night at Q house, right? So bam, we all at Q house. It's me, Jay, me, JR. I remember me, JR, and S. We all at Q house. So we chilling, we were doing whatever, right? And I remember, we used to do a lot of like some fun shit. Like we was wrestling, we would make like hot Cheetos chicken, Takis chicken and stuff. And I think right here, I think this particular moment, I was laying down. I was ready to go to sleep because I was tired. But bruh, I get out of nowhere. Everybody, hey, cuz, hey, we about to leave. I'm like, nigga, where we finna go? Like, nigga, tell me why cuz was like, we finna go a fat bitch. I said, we finna go what? He said, we finna go a fat. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? Like, nigga, what? Like, what are you talking about? So, boom, bam, skiddly down, right? I get them. I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, what is these motherfuckers talking about, right? You know what I'm saying? Dead guys. Like, what's going on? So boom, Cuz being so serious, he started showing me like a group chat that they was in, and I guess the girl was like, "Oh yeah, come through, da da da, ba bam bam, skiddly down." I'm just looking like, "Oh yeah, now y'all niggas tweaking." So, but I'm like, I don't want to let these niggas go when there's something bad happen to them. But then at the same time, I'm like, y'all niggas shouldn't go in the first place. Like I was younger and it was like outnumbered. And I was just like, I'm trying to look out for them, but I didn't really want them to do the situation because I didn't know what the situation was. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if it was a setup. If it was maybe like, because obviously, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I seen no messages and it was more like they was forcing it, I would have been like, nah, now we all gonna have to run that fade real quick on the guys because y'all not gonna go SA nobody on my watch or nothing. But the girl was dead ass like central with it. And I'm just looking like, oh, like me, I never liked the little thought about. I ain't gonna lie to you, I never liked the thought about. But it's like I'm not gonna stop something that she consented on. But at the same time, in my head, like maybe I should. Cause it's her word, but it's just the messages was there. So I'm like, all right, if something happened, the messages are here. So boom, we go down to the little McDonald's or whatever that's over there near Lorenzi Park. We should go over there near the McDonald's near Lorenzi, and then that's when NC pulled up. NC State looking at no, I'm just saying, but that's when Cub pulled up, and Cub was all shaved head. We looking at Cub like, oh, you know what, ball, bitch ass nigga. You know what, ball. So boom, we pulled up. We all at McDonald's, whatever, kicking, cacking, cooling, da da da. You know what I'm saying, chilling. So we get in his car because he was the only one with a car at the time. So we get in his car and we going from Lorenzi, which is like, west side, that type shit, you know what I'm saying, all the way to North Las Vegas. And if you know anything about Las Vegas and North Las, like, Vegas is weird. Like, there's regular Las Vegas and then there's everything else. And I know people are like, regular Las Vegas? I never heard about that. I could do a video on that if y'all want an explanation on that too, you know what I'm saying? But so we go to North Las Vegas, not North Town, North Las Vegas. That's an explanation. I'll give another video on that too. we're like near, I believe, I think Mojave High School, whatever. So then we pull up, and this girl comes, this black girl comes out, and I'm like, you know, she ain't ugly, but she ain't cute either. But I'm like, you know, I didn't really want to talk, you know what I'm saying? But she comes out, she gets in the car, and I'm just looking, I'm like, I thought y'all said a fat man. You know what I'm saying? Like this girl wasn't even fat. Like she wasn't like slim, she wasn't like athletic looking, but she wasn't fat. She was like average build, like, you know, just a little meat on her, but just a little bit of meat on her. But it was nothing crazy. I would say more kind of on the thicker side, not really fat. So boom, we drive, and this is like park around the corner somewhere. We go to the park, and I'm still looking at these niggas, and I'm like, y'all tweaking, like, I don't know. And they like, nah. But no, okay, heads up. Before we got there, actually, before we got to her crib, we stopped at this little store. It's near this little Planet Fitness and something gym or whatever. I think it used to be like Goldie's Gym, whatever the fuck it's called. But we stopped over there. You know, cuz driving, went in the store, got the condoms, came back out, handed everybody a condom. I looked at everybody like, nigga, I ain't gonna need this. Like, I'm not doing nothing. But it was like, no, bro, stop playing, bro. Stop. Well, I'm like, that's kind of crazy how niggas be like, how females and dudes and how just people in general be trying to peer pressure people into doing stuff that they don't want to do. I would never peer pressure somebody into smoking, drinking. Now it's different if there's like, this is something like I feel like you need to do. Like if there's a nigga that's bullying you and he ain't gonna stop unless you do something about it. Say you already tried to tell the school, your parents, nigga, you better fight. Cause I don't care if he's gonna beat you. You better let him know. At least I'm gonna hit you back. At least you better let him know. Like these hits gonna come. Like I ain't no bitch. Like I ain't no punk. So boom. So boom, we go get her, go to the park, and we all sitting down at like this little bench that's at the park or whatever. And I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Like I literally threw the condom that I was handed away because I was like, no, we're not doing this. Like, no, this is not me. I don't do shit like this. I'm not in like I don't want nobody to feel disrespected when I say that. But me personally, I low key feel like if you run a train, I know I had jokes with some of the homies before, but I kind of feel like you low key undercover if you run the train, because I can't do the doonies when there's another dude in the room. Me personally, I cannot do the doonies when there's another dude in the room. Like I'll go from ding to oh my god, you know, real fast. Like I can't do the doonies when there's another dude in the room. I just can't. I can't. So boom, I threw my condom away. So I was like, oh no, I need to go pee. So I run to the bathroom. I come back and they all smoking or whatever. I don't smoke either. I don't do nothing. I don't do nothing. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do none of that. So I'm chilling. I'm looking at everyone. I'm like, okay, they smoking. We chilling right now. Today, they get finished smoking or whatever, right? I also find that kind of nasty how you can just pass a blunt around and just da da da. I don't know. I'm a germaphobe. I can't really do that. So they get done smoking. I don't know. The girl's like, okay, what now? She's like, oh, I guess I'm ready to go home. So I looked and I was like, oh, she put one of those. I said, you know what? I ain't mad at you. I was like, because it would never happen to me. Like, that to do, like, you get some free weed or whatever, I come give you a ride and all that. I was like, waiting for, you know what I'm saying, da da da. But then, boom, I see her, like, smile, like a devious smile, like she was trying to, like, she knew what she was doing. That's the crazy part. Well, people act like they don't, but boy, she knew what she was doing. I seen that smile. I was like, she not ready to go home. Like, something's off here. I was like, the way she just started smiling, everybody, you know, a lot of people probably think, oh, she was just hot. She was just hot. Nah, I'm trying to tell you, that smile was one of those smiles like, I got what I want. So I'm thinking like, at first I'm thinking she got what she want as far as like just free weed, a ride, and to go home. But then, this is when I knew she was slick, low key, like easing up into it. Q was like, all right, well, we're gonna need some gas money. Then this is when I've seen that he was a devious motherfucker. I said, oh no. He said, oh, no gas money, but I ain't dropping you off. So I looked at him and said, you can't do that. You picked her up. Like I'm looking at him like, and mind you, I'm the youngest one in the group. I was a senior in high school. No, I graduated, and they were a couple of them were seniors in high school, and me and the driver was both graduated. But I was the youngest one in the group. I was the youngest one in the group, kid you. So boom. So boom, bam, Skitty there, right? He said, yeah, nah, no cash, I ain't dropping you off. And then she just looked at him and smiled. I was like, I feel like these people playing chess. Like they playing chess low key. So then boom, he's like, yeah, no cash or no ass. We ain't dropping you off. And I looked at him like, who is we? I'll drive this mother. But I ain't saying it. I just kind of looked at him like, huh? Huh? I was like, no, no. And she's like, well, I ain't got no cash. I gotta look at her like, but you live around the corner. You don't gotta give nothing up. You can walk home. But then she smiled again. Yeah, I don't have any cash. And then just looked at everybody and looked at me, and I looked at her like, what going on? Like, Then he was like, well, again, no cash or no ass. You ain't getting her. And then she repeated it loud and clear again. I don't got no cash. I said, where is the I ain't giving no ass? Where is your what? So then I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, she not gonna say that? The next thing you know, she was like, but yeah, I'm a little horny. Anyways, I was like, oh my God. So then that's when Jacob came up to her. And then he put his, and then all you heard was, whoosh, whoosh, and I said, oh, she was ready for this. Like, like, like I said, y'all, I don't like dealing with thought about, but I used to be, bro. I was still a virgin. I was innocent as hell. I didn't know nothing about no game, bro. I ain't had, I barely just had my first kiss with a female that same year before I graduated. Like, crazy. Like, kid you not. I ain't know nothing. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm realizing, like, this is how people, like, a lot of people flirt. Because I've seen it a lot, but I didn't really understand. At first, I used to be like, oh, that's weird. That's weird. But then I would see those girls and those guys together all the time. Not this particular, but just in general, like in public. I'm like, is this how people flirt? Like, is this why I'm like not no good with females? Like, do I gotta be like low key a creep and they gotta be a creep too or something? Like, so boom, and I'm like, wow, whoa, okay, wow. So then boom, I seen Jay and Q grab their hands and they start walking to the park to the slide. So I'm sitting there, I'm chilling, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I want to stop this, but I said I have no right to stop this, mainly because it was 100% consensual for one, and two, partially it was none of my business. I was there, but it was really none of my business. I said, y'all can do what y'all want to do, da da da. So I'm like sitting on top of the park, cause like this is my ride. I lived way in Summerlin, nigga, and I was spending the night at his house, which is way on the west side. We in North Las Vegas. I was not from the wall. It was like damn near 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, bro. Like, nah, I wasn't gonna do it. Like, I can walk that far. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it misconstrued. But I ain't had nothing on me. I was by myself. I just came back low key too from Texas. So I had to relearn the city low key again and shit. All types of stuff. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna walk. I was like, I'm cool. So boom, they doing their thing. Like, but then I see S recording. And I'm like, oh nah, this gonna look bad because I'm here. But he's recording. Hold on. I'm like, oh nah, cuz like you doing too much. You're doing too much. So Q and J, they being the Doonies down. They on the slide being the Doonies down, taking turns in the from the backside and everything. And then that's when driver cuz he looking at me, he's like pacing. I'm like, fuck is this nigga pacing for? And I'm thinking he's just gonna be the driver, right? Because he had a girlfriend. But don't get me wrong. Everybody there except for me and S had a girlfriend. So at that point, I'm like, it doesn't even fucking matter. Because J and Q going stupid. They got girlfriends. So I'm thinking, I didn't really know him as far as his relationship. I just knew he's been in there for a minute. So I'm thinking like driver cut gonna be innocent and you know what I'm saying, not cheat or whatever. I ain't really know him like as far as that. I just knew him for school and football and shit or whatever. So boom. Yeah. So boom. I don't know, he just pacing back and forth like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, like I got a girl. I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, you don't gotta do it. You don't gotta do it, man. But then I thought about it. I was like, it don't matter what the fuck I say. It don't matter what I say unless I get aggressive. And the thing is, I don't like to be aggressive. The only times I get like stern and shit is when it's like a serious thing where I know it's like if I don't do something, it's gonna be like that. But if I'm like I'm not in trouble or somebody I really give a fuck about is not gonna be in trouble, I don't care. Like, hey. So I looked at him, I said, matter of fact, I said, you don't got to, but it is what it is. Do what you gonna do. I looked down and said that because I wasn't trying to encourage him, but I was letting him decide because I wanted to see. I wanted to see, like, is this nigga pure or is this nigga one of them? Like, is he more like me or is he more like them? Boy, nigga paced back and forth like 4 more times and slid down that goddamn pole and I went to it. Went to it and I sat there and I'm just hearing the noises. I'm just hearing the noises. I'm just sitting there like, oh, these niggas don't care. They don't care. I'm like, damn. And like growing up, I always knew karma wasn't like a god that was like, because like one thing I learned about karma, people are like, no, karma attacks people who do bad. That was bull. That's BS because my entire life I did a lot of good stuff, but I was getting like the bad brunt of everything. But now I'll see people who do all, even to this day, I'll see everybody who doing everything that's supposed to be bad or evil or whatever, and they living their best lives. They living their best lives. Like they chilling, they boom bam, like, and then the stuff that is bad that's happening to them, they are literally bringing upon themselves. But then somebody bails them out when there's good people who can use a little bit of help and nobody's there to bail them out. So I'm like, okay. But back to the story. Back to the story. So boom, he go ahead and do what he needs to do. And I'm just like, wow. But they like literally repeating taking turns. Repeating taking turns. So I don't know, I hear my name, I'm like, nah. But I slid down because I was like, bro, like, this gotta stop. I'm ready to go home. So I walk up to the side, I'm like, hey, chill. And that's when one of them was like, nigga, it's your turn. I said, what? Nigga, it's your turn. And I looked at her and I'm like, how can I get this to stop? How can I, like, do I just fight everybody? But at the same time, like I said, it wasn't none of my business to fight everybody and it was consensual. So I'm thinking like, do I fake it? But I could not get up either. Even if I wanted to be a part of that, I could not get up because like I said, I can't do nothing when there's other dudes in the area. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, and then I'm looking at her, I'm like, this is not the type of thing I want. So I walk up to her and like I could smell everything. That's my first time ever smelling cootie cat. You know what I'm saying? My first time ever. All right, and I'm like, so I kind of like tap her. I'm like, you good? She's like, yeah, hurry up. I'm like, no. I'm like, are you good? Like, are you okay? She's like, boy, if you don't hurry up and go in. I was like, I'm like, man, how dare you, man? So So I'm like, I got a belt on, everything. I like, no, it wasn't a belt. I was wearing these like gym shorts, but they was like, I had these things like knotted up. Like once I get them off, they're off. I'm not putting these bitches back up type shit. So I look at everybody and I'm like trying to tell her like, bro, like you like you can go home now. Like you gave them enough. She's like, hurry up. So I'm like, so I pretend like I'm like behind her trying to like talk to her like, bro, do you need help or do you not? Like I'm literally in her ear, like, do you need help or not? Like, are you okay? She's like, can you hurry up? She said, can you hurry up and beat the duty down on me? She didn't say that particularly, but that's what I said. And I just looked at her, I'm like, I don't need to be here. I don't need to be here. I don't need to be here. So then that's when other who house was spending the night had come around. And I think he was trying to like, he's trying to hit her with one of these, you know what I'm saying? That, and in my shorts, I felt he flicked my tip. I said, bro. He said, oh, he said, nigga, you wasn't even fuck. He said, nigga, you wasn't even doing nothing to her. What the hell, move? And I looked down, I was like, this night can't get any more bizarre for me. Like, it probably could, but like for me, that was like, I've been through hard, but I never been through nothing like that though. Like, I've been through like some rough shit growing up. Like shit that like, kids should not go through, adults shouldn't even go through, all types of stuff. But that was like a different experience for me, and like total. I'm just like, like shocked because like it wasn't nothing that scared me, but I was like, what? This is what people really do this? Like I'm sitting there thinking like, is there cameras? Literally there was because you know the other was like recording for some reason. But I'm like sitting there, I'm like, bro, am I in a movie? Because this type of shit I only seen in TV shows and movies. I'm like, what the hell? So I walk off and I start getting a little aggravated. So I start like I'm not yelling, but I start walking up and I'm like, nigga, I'm ready to go home. And y'all gonna take me home. I said, this shit is not for me. Like dead guys, like stop playing with me. Because I said, next person is looking at me crazy while we here, I'm about to punch off on. And that's when everybody looked at me, and I still see Cuz over there in the corner, like, bro, calm down, bro, calm down. I'm like, nah, I'm ready to go. Like, so finally, everything's wrapped up, whatever. We get back in the car with her. We take her to the front of her house, and before we get to her house, all I hear is squish, squish, squish again. And I look, and he's got they again. I'm like, bruh, drop her ass off. Get her out the car. No. So as soon as we get in front of her, I look at her, I said, gotta go. Gotta go. Come on. So she steps out, she's like, all right, thanks. Boom bam skiddly down. We we get dropped off at Cud house. And then everybody sitting there like, damn, my girl gonna hate me if she find out. I'll look at her and I'm like, is this what niggas say when they cheat? Is this what people say when they cheat? I'm sitting here like, bro, like what? Because I ain't even never been in. I only been in one relationship in my life, and that's when I was 21, going to like almost 23 or whatever. I don't know, but I've only been in one relationship in my life. At this time, I was still like 17. I was still 17 right here. So this is 4 years before I ever got in a relationship. So boom, yeah, like bro, like I was sitting there astonished, and I'm just looking at everybody like, ain't no way. So then driver could leave, and then tell me why the next day I wake up. I get a text from somebody that knew my brother or my younger brother. She was like, I'm disappointed in you. I said, huh? She's like, you ran a choo choo. I said, no, I didn't. She said, you was in the video. I said, delete that. I walked up on one ass so fast. You need to delete that bitch and stop sending people. Because I said, first of all, people are going to misunderstand the whole thing. I seen the messages. Not everybody else seen the messages. And two, that wasn't my type of party. Like, my type of party was being at home playing the games, watching anime, drawing, working out. I was like, hell no, delete that bitch now. So then, boom, like she was not like she was hitting me up every day, like making fun and laughing at me because she knew like I was like a nerd or whatever. Like I was like a nerd, but I was a gangster at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I was one of those dudes at school that I used to walk with my sleeves rolled up. Everybody's like, if they was about to fight, they was like, "Hey, come on, like I need you, bro." And I'm like, damn, like y'all niggas always calling me. Like they literally called me bodyguard or security guard at that school sometimes. I was like, bro, what the fuck? So yeah, boom, bam. And bro, that was just a crazy story to me. And then I was what the questions, the experiences and stuff after that was just like I don't know what to say. Like I didn't do nothing. I was like, so why y'all asking me? Go ask the niggas who did something. They was like, but you was there. Like, why'd you let them do it? And I was like, I'm looking at all the niggas' girlfriends too. Like, what you mean? Why did I let them do it? You want me to beat y'all niggas up for something that y'all should have seen? Like, y'all the ones dating them, not me. Y'all the ones dating them, not me. And then speaking of that, funny thing is one of the girls who was dating one of them cheated on one of my other homies with one of them to be with him. But everybody in school knew he was a, you know what I'm saying, a HOE. And the other nigga was loyal. Like that nigga was a good guy, all right? Good guy. But look, we're gonna end this one right here. Cause man, that shit had me flabbergasted. That shit had me all tight, so I don't know. I don't know, man. Hey, but if y'all want to hear more, bro, like go ahead and comment, subscribe, share the video, man. Like, yeah, that shit threw me off, man.